If you've been married for years, if you've ever sacrificed your dreams for love, listen carefully. After 25 years of marriage, I thought I knew my life. I thought loyalty was enough. I thought growing older together was the promise we both made. But sometimes, the life you build slowly becomes the place where you disappear. We didn't start with perfection. We started with hope. 25 years ago, we had nothing but big dreams and tired smiles. We built a home brick by brick, not just with money, but with patience, forgiveness, and sacrifice. I was there when life got hard, when his career struggled, when bills piled up, when the world tested us. I paused my dreams so his could grow. I stayed quiet when my heart wanted to scream. I believed love meant endurance. Every wrinkle on my face carried a memory. Every gray hair told a story of late nights, early mornings, and silent strength. People saw us and said, "That's real love." But they didn't see how often I put myself last. I became the woman who remembered birthdays, fixed problems, held everything together while slowly forgetting who she was. I told myself, this is marriage. I told myself, one day, he'll see everything I gave. But years passed, and appreciation turned into expectation. Love turned into routine. And I turned into someone who was always there but never truly seen. If you've ever loved deeply and felt unrecognized, you're not alone. This was the life we built, strong from the outside, quietly breaking from within. And I didn't know it yet, but everything was about to change. It was an ordinary night. Dinner plates still warm on the table. The TV playing something neither of us was watching. Then he cleared his throat. That sound, small, nervous, felt heavier than any scream. He didn't look at me at first. His eyes stayed fixed on the floor, like he was afraid of what he was about to say, or afraid of how I might finally see him. "I've been thinking," he said. Those words hit me harder than I expected. Because after 25 years, thinking usually meant decisions had already been made without me. My heart started racing. Not because I knew what was coming, but because some part of me did. He talked slowly, carefully, as if choosing the right words could soften the damage. He said marriage changes. He said people grow apart. He said he felt different now. I nodded. I listened. I stayed calm like I always did. Inside, something was cracking. He talked about freedom, about wanting to feel alive again, about time slipping away. And still, he hadn't said the real thing. The silence stretched between us. Thick, uncomfortable, unavoidable. Then he finally looked at me, and in that moment, I realized this wasn't just a conversation. It was a confession. I wanted to ask, what about us? I wanted to remind him of everything we built. But my voice wouldn't come. Because sometimes, when you love someone for decades, you give them the power to destroy you quietly. That night didn't end with shouting. It ended with questions. And one truth slowly rising to the surface. The life I thought was stable was standing on a single sentence he hadn't said yet. He finally said it. Not loudly, not cruelly, almost like a request. I want someone younger. For a moment, I didn't breathe. The room felt smaller, the air heavier. You'd think after 25 years, words like that would come with emotion, anger, guilt, shame. But his voice was calm, too calm, as if he was talking about changing a job, not replacing a life partner. I searched his face, hoping I'd misunderstood, hoping he'd laugh and say it was a joke. He didn't. My mind raced through every memory. The nights I stayed awake waiting for him, the dreams I set aside, the years I gave without keeping score. Was this what they were worth? He explained himself. He said it wasn't about me. That line hurt the most. Because if it wasn't about me, then what was I to him now? He talked about youth like it was a feeling he could reclaim, like time was something you could outrun if you chose the right person. I looked down at my hands, hands that had held this marriage together, hands he now seemed ready to let go of. I didn't cry. Not yet. I felt something colder than sadness, something final. In that moment, I realized the truth. He wasn't asking for a younger woman. He was asking for permission to erase our history. That sentence didn't just break my heart. It broke the illusion that love alone is enough. And once spoken, some words can never be taken back. After he said it, the house went quiet. But my mind didn't. I lay awake, staring at the ceiling, replaying every moment of my life, searching for the point where I stopped being enough. I asked myself questions I never should have had to ask. Was I too old? Too tired? Too invisible? I stood in front of the mirror and barely recognized the woman looking back. She looked strong, but exhausted, loyal, but forgotten. I blamed myself. Not because I was wrong, but because that's what years of sacrifice teaches you to do. My heart argued with my mind. My memories fought my reality. One part of me whispered, "Stay. Fix it. You've invested too much." Another part screamed, "If you stay, you'll disappear completely." I thought about the younger version of me, the woman with dreams, with fire, with a voice. Would she accept this? I realized something painful. I had spent years proving my love to him, but never proving my worth to myself. The war inside me wasn't about age. It wasn't about another woman. It was about identity. Was I a wife whose value depended on being chosen? Or a woman who deserved to choose herself? That night, I didn't sleep, but I woke up, not to answers, but to awareness. And once you see your own worth clearly, you can never unsee it. The decision didn't come with drama. It came with clarity. One morning, I woke up and felt something I hadn't felt in years: calm. Not because the pain was gone, but because the confusion was. I looked at him and realized I was no longer begging to be chosen. I was done proving my worth to someone who measured love by age. I spoke slowly. My voice didn't shake. I told him I deserved respect, not comparison. Commitment, not conditions. Love, not fear. For the first time, I wasn't reacting. I was deciding. I told him I wouldn't compete with youth. I wouldn't shrink myself to make him comfortable. And I wouldn't apologize for the years written on my face. Those years were not a weakness. They were proof. Proof of loyalty, of endurance, of a woman who stayed when staying was hard. I saw surprise in his eyes, maybe even fear. Because when a woman stops begging, she becomes powerful. I didn't walk away in anger. I walked away in truth. I chose myself not because I stopped loving him, but because I finally started loving me. That choice didn't erase the past, but it reclaimed my future. And for the first time in 25 years, I wasn't waiting to be chosen anymore. Freedom didn't feel loud. It felt unfamiliar. The house was quieter, but my mind finally wasn't. No more waiting. No more measuring my worth through someone else's eyes. At first, the silence scared me. Then it taught me something beautiful. Peace is not empty. It's full of clarity. I started doing small things for myself. Morning walks without rushing. Drinking coffee slowly. Listening to my own thoughts without interruption. I began remembering who I was before I became everything for everyone else. Healing wasn't linear. Some days I felt strong. Some nights I cried. But even my tears felt honest. I stopped apologizing for my age, for my past, for the woman I became. Every year I lived was earned. Every scar was survived. I realized something powerful. I didn't lose 25 years. I gained wisdom. I gained self-respect. I gained a future where I no longer disappear. I wasn't replaced. I was released. Today, I don't chase youth. I honor experience. I don't beg for attention. I protect my peace. This isn't the end of my story. It's the beginning on my terms. And if you're listening to this, remember, choosing yourself is not the end of love. It's the beginning of truth.